at Columbia International over in Columbia, South Carolina, lost at home to Pikeville, and then lost at USC Upstate, which was played over the Thanksgiving holiday for the Lady Cavs. And they are coached by Jamie Moore. She's in her second season, has Matt Harner as her assistant and Ashley Valencia as her second assistant, both in their first years as assistant coaches for Montreat. And they do feature some key players, one of those being number 12. She's a junior guard, Ramaya Sanders. She is first in the conference in points per game for the women, 18.6 points per game for the junior. She averages 41.9% from the field and 73% from the line. Also pulls in just under 5 rebounds per game. She hails from Durham, North Carolina. Know a thing or two about basketball over there in Durham, North Carolina. It is the Lady Bulldogs on the other side. Jason Smith in his second season, assisted by Jaron Tall in his second as well, who Jaron does both assisting for Jason Smith on the women's side and then also for Randy Casey on the men's side there as well. So he doubled duties as the assistant coach for both ball clubs. And Coach Smith has his Lady Bulldogs 4-3 overall. They are 3-2 inside conference play, and they are 2-2 here on their home floor. And again, find themselves in 6th place currently. They are coming off a win. It was a week ago, Johnson University. They got the win 85-75, one that they had led a good chunk of the time. Johnson battled back, but Lady Bulldogs were able to close it out and get the 10-point win against Coach Lawhon and his Lady Royals there. So Lady Bulldogs looking to make it 2 in a row. They have had a week off. We'll see how much that impacts them. Coach Smith talked with us after that Johnson game about it, about how much the rest would benefit them. They've kind of had several games leading up to the Thanksgiving break, but decided not to play any games over that weekend, unlike the men for Wesleyan, who played 2 NCAA games. We'll talk about that in their preview coming up later this evening. But Coach Smith was looking forward to the week off for his team. Got back in the gym earlier this week and ready to go here and trying to get to 2 wins in a row. Of course, they are still without Jalea Lindsay. She's still in street clothes, the sophomore from Cleveland, Tennessee, Walker Valley alum. Her average is sitting at 15.8 and was shooting 62.5% from the field before she went down with an injury. And there for a while it was putting her in the top of the conference in scoring, but now they have kind of updated those rankings, and several other ladies across the conference have the 15 or more across 8 games points. So unfortunately, Lady Bulldogs do not find anybody currently in any of the top 5 categories in individual statistics, but nonetheless, they've played some really good team ball. Their conference wins include the one against Johnson by 10, and then Truett McConnell on the road, they won that one 59-56. And then against conference newcomer Spartanburg Methodist, they picked up the victory 83-75. Their 2 conference losses includes on the road at Reinhardt 79-62. And then at Bryan here at home on the Saturday before the Johnson game, they lost 74-62 to the Lady Lions of Bryan. But this series does favor Tennessee Wesleyan, 37-12 overall. They did lose the last matchup, which was on the road over in North Carolina last year by a score of 70-62 matchup. So let's go ahead. Let's take a 90-second break, and then we'll be back with the starting lineups. Back in 90.
101.7 WJSQ.
Welcome back to Tennessee Wesleyan here as we get set for Montreat versus Tennessee Wesleyan on the women's side. We'll start with Montreat starting lineups. They have number 2, Samaya Mitchell, the 5'3" junior guard from North Las Vegas, Nevada. Number 5, Leah Harvey. She's a 5'6" freshman guard from Charleston, South Carolina. Number 11, Anaya Varela. She is a sophomore forward from Statesville, North Carolina. Number 12, we mentioned her in the pregame, Ramaya Sanders, 18.6 points per game from Durham, North Carolina. And then number 21, Sarah Williams, 5'7" freshman guard, averages 11.6 points per game from Norton, Virginia. On the other side, for Coach Jason Smith, they will start number 1, Sloan Carpenter. She is the 5'6" sophomore guard from Cleveland, Tennessee, 9.4 points per game. She is the reigning Conference Player of the Week on the offensive side after that career-high 18 points last week against Johnson. Number 2, Tally Lawson, 5'7" junior guard, 11 points per game for Tally Lawson from Decatur, Tennessee. Number 3, Julia Howard, a 5'10" sophomore forward from Decatur, Tennessee as well. Number 12, Cameron Brown, 5'5" freshman guard, 10 points per game from Sevierville, Tennessee. And then 34, Leslie Hames, a 5'11" freshman forward, 10.3 points per game for the freshman from Decatur, Alabama. That's your starting lineups here for this Appalachian Athletic Conference doubleheader. Lady Bulldogs, all white uniforms, white numerals trimmed in blue. Montreat, navy blue uniforms, white numerals trimmed in Vegas gold with Montreat across the chest as we get set for the tip-off here. Again, Sloan Carpenter coming off an 18 points and 12 rebound night against Johnson. And the tip is going to go out of bounds. I think they will jump, says the 2 sideline officials, as nobody caught where that one should have gone. But 4 10-minute quarters coming your way. They're going to re-jump it after much discussion. The tip goes almost the same place. Montreat will collect it, and they will be the ones to start the ball. They'll work it to the right side. Harvey hands it off to Williams. Now it's Sanders with it. Sanders middle of the paint. Running layup, no good. Ball tipped around. Wesleyan, nobody grabbed the rebound. Now they let an easy putback by Varela. So Montreat strikes first. Here's a quick press break for the Lady Bulldogs. They tie it up at 2 apiece. Just quickly. So Montreat back with it. Leslie Hames got wide open down there underneath on the press break. Made the easy lay-in. Tennessee Wesleyan lets Sanders get a 3-pointer off. No good on the attempt, and the rebound falls off of Montreat. The Lady Cavs will set up still full court pressure. Chance for Tennessee Wesleyan to take their first lead of the game here early. Carpenter with it across the time stripe. Finds Hames. She's going for 5 in a row, and she's got it. Knocks down the 3-pointer from the far corner. Montreat quickly trying to answer right back. Williams misses it and airballs it. And Wesleyan will get the chance to extend their lead once again. Full court press, 1-2-2. Schoen. Howard gets it near midcourt to Hames. Now gets it to Brown. Brown's looking for a teammate, circling it around. She'll take it to the middle of the floor, gets it to Carpenter near corner. Carpenter uses her dribble to come top of the key. She'll draw the foul here, and that will be on number 11, Ayana Varela. Her first, team first of the quarter. And so Carpenter's going to inbound it on the side. Assistant coach Harner looking for explanation on the foul call. Brown gets the inbounds. Now skip pass, goes over to Hames, left wing. She'll feed it into the corner. Carpenter now goes into Howard. A little post move. Howard too strong off the right side it comes. Montreat pushing the pace. Gets it to Varela. She misses the putback. No good there by Williams, but she'll draw 2 shots coming as the foul is going to be called on Brown. Brown's first foul, team first for the Lady Bulldogs. That will send Sarah Williams, the freshman guard, 58% shooter on the season, misses the first one. Montreat coming off their worst game against USC Upstate, 19% from the field, 43.8 from free throw line. Second free throw is good. Wesleyan still leads it 5-3. 8:10 to play. First quarter of action. Brown feeds it into the middle of the floor. Carpenter gets free for a layup on the left, but missed it. Her on board, and the putback this time is good. Sloan Carpenter padding the rebounding stats right there. Montreat quickly back up the floor. Spinning, making a move is Harvey. Feeds it to Cutting Williams, and Williams converts it. Cuts the lead for Wesleyan down to 2. Here's Lawson across the Tom stripe near side, moving from our left to our right. Along Green Street here in town. Turnover as Howard was trying to feed Haynes on the cut. Montreat swipes it away with Sanders. Up to Harvey, back to Sanders, left side. Pass dropped off to Mitchell. Her long 2 on the baseline falls off to the front. Rebound cleared out through Carpenter, up to Haynes in the front court. Haynes gets it down to Howard. Got a guard on her. Posting her up, spins to the left. Layup no good. Here comes Sanders, right middle of the floor. Finds a wide open Williams. She misses the 3 as it caroms around a couple of times. Montreat trying to save it, but out of bounds it will go off of Mitchell. And Montreat's going to do the wholesale hockey line change here. I'll try to work all these in for you. They will get Tresselin Roberts in, senior forward, one of 3 seniors on the team from Wynn, Texas. Wesleyan gets number 35, Courtney Berry, into the game, 6-foot senior forward. And she will check in. Number 10, Anaya Sands. She's a redshirt senior guard for Montreat. She'll check in along with Trinity DeJust, who's guarding Lawson on that 3-point attempt. Ames battling for the rebound, and she's going to get fouled. This one's going to be on Roberts, her first, team second of the quarter. Wesleyan still clean, 7-5 lead. See, they've also got number 15, Bailey Winkler, out there. Inbounds here coming from Wesleyan's Carpenter, gets it into Brown. Brown takes her defender off the dribble. That's Wall Raven. Misses the layup. Wall Raven will clear it out, gets it up here to Just. Jumper on the baseline is good for Winkler, and it knots us up for the second time. This time it's 7 apiece. 6:20 to go in the quarter. Lady Bulldogs have Carpenter bringing it across the floor. Bounce pass, high post, it goes to Berry. Berry looking to pass it up, gets it to Carpenter on the backdoor cut. The bucket and the foul is good for Carpenter. Sands gets her first foul. The Bulldogs back in front by 2, led by as many as 4. That foul was on, Anaya Sands. Referee double checking that. So Carpenter at the line. Sloan, 80% shooter, converts the old-fashioned 3-point play right there at the line. 3-point advantage. Got the score on the wrong. It's 10-7. Wesleyan in front. Here's Sands. They work it over to the far side. DeJust has it, takes a 3. 3-pointer falls short on the side. Ames clears it out to Carpenter, up to Lawson mid-court. Lawson, crossover, layup on the left side. Just comes straight back down off the glass, no good. Montreat trying to push the pace, getting it into the middle. Sands throws a hard pass off of the shoulder of Haynes. Berry picks it up and clears it out for Wesleyan. Jordan White, the freshman guard from Kodak, Tennessee, controlling the point. Lawson thought she walked, threw up the shot anyway. The official finally does call it. It's one of those, if she played it off, she might have been able to stay with it, but she'll exit, and Aubrey Long will check in for her. Aubrey Long from Benton, Tennessee, number 14, the junior guard. Sands takes it to the right side. They work it back around near corner to Winkler, and she travels with it. Thought about the shot instead. Took a step too early and had to pick up the travel call. So Jordan White going to control the point here. She signals it out for Coach Jason Smith and the Lady Bulldogs. Far side of the floor. Now she'll bring it near side off a screen from Barry. Haynes comes off a back screen, pulls the three, missed it. Carpenter, offensive board. Second time she's done that here this evening. With under 5 to go, Lady Bulldogs have their largest lead at 5, 12-7. Quick crossover here by Wall Raven. Gets stuck in the post, throws the ball away. Ball's everywhere. Jordan White. White comes away with it. 2-on-1 break. White going to take it all the way in. Gets the roll on the left side of the glass. 4:30 to go here in the first quarter. Around the top of the key to Just. Lost it on the way up. It's going to stay with Montreat. They'll say Wesleyan hit it out of bounds, and we've got our first immediate timeout. Wesleyan up 14-7. 4:23 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60. Back out of the media timeout. Tennessee Wesleyan with a 7-point lead, their largest here of the ball game. It'll be Montreat's ball underneath, though. The dead ball knocked out of bounds off of Wesleyan. What instituted the media timeout under 5 minutes in the first quarter is when that usually happens. It's going to be Harvey taking it down the left side of the lane. Instead, she'll circle it back out to the left wing. They work it left side to Varela. Now it's stolen away. White intercepts it. She's going to push the pace. Circles it back to Hames from the Stan Harrison logo on the court, and it's good. 3-ball puts them into a double-digit lead with 4 to play in the quarter. Left side, Varela, she travels with it just like they did a minute ago with Wall Raven, or Winkler, who had left early. Pump fake, and then they try to take off without putting the ball on the floor. Creates the turnover. So Wesleyan's White will bring it up the floor. Guarded there by Williams. Sarah Williams back out there, the starter. Hames going for her third three of the game, and she's got it. Left side of this time is good. She pushes the lead to 13. 3.5 to play in the first. Strong take here by Harvey. She'll draw the 2-shot foul. This one, pretty sure, yep, correct. It will be on Jordan White, her first. Team second of the quarter. Coach Smith talked about how thrilled he is to have Jordan White, just a freshman coming from Northview Academy, also with Cameron Brown, who came down from Northview. Harvey misses the first free throw. White just has had a lot of composure here early in the season, coming into that backup point guard role. Somebody that Coach Smith can trust. Both free throws missed. Hames clears out the big rebound for the Lady Bulldogs. Wesleyan being led by Hames with 11. She'll go for another three, this time at the top of the key, and it's nothing but net. The Decatur, Alabama native having a night to start this one. 3 threes in a row for the freshman forward. And 30-second timeout on the court. Wesleyan up 23-7. We'll be back in 30. WGHQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee. Montreat out of the timeout. Harvey takes it strong on the left side, but misses it, and the rebound, I was going to say knocked out of bounds by Tennessee Wesleyan. Harvey had the same take she tried earlier and drew the two-shot foul after she missed the free throws. Inside, they feed it down to Sanders. Posted up, still by the Lady Bulldogs. They connect on the team still there. They'll clear it out to White. She'll cross the half-court line on the left side. Double high screen for White. Drives, layup strong, goes underneath her defender and couldn't get it to roll. Had a good look, just too strong off the front of the rim. Williams' transition bucket is good, and that ends the scoring drive by the Lady Bulldogs. A 16-0 run they were on. It's Montreat. Man-to-man defense, backdoor cut by Long, guarded by Harvey. She'll kick it out. Berry takes the three, top of the key. Karam's to the right. Lady Bulldogs will have to drop back defensively. 23-9, they lead it. Here comes Long after the steal. Long looking, drops it to Carpenter. Carpenter was a little bit forward, couldn't get it. Possession arrow will keep it with the Lady Bulldogs on the tie-up. Howard and Brown coming back for Tennessee Wesleyan. Samaya Mitchell coming back for Montreat. It'll be Sloan Carpenter to key it in underneath. Lady Bulldogs led by Ames with 14. She's 4 or 5 from behind the arc. She's on the left wing, gets it now, fires up another one. That one just rolls over the rim. Still a great night so far for her. Williams looked like she traveled with that one, didn't call that one on the left wing. Here's a drive by Sanders, finds an open teammate in the hands of Varela, who misses the three from the left corner. Brown now with it, wanting to get it down to Howard. Howard trying to post up Harvey. High post feed to Howard it goes. Howard then goes and sets a screen for Carpenter. Crossover at the free throw line. Carpenter flips it back out front. Here's Brown. 8 to shoot. Gets it to Long. She'll drive inside the arc. Drops it to Howard. Shot is up with 2 seconds to go on the shot clock, and she'll draw the contact foul. This one's going to be on Sanders. Her first, team fourth. Some Montreat fans in attendance didn't like the screen being set by the Lady Bulldogs. Letting the officials hear it. Ames will take a seat as Howard misses the first free throw here. 23-9, 1:02 left in the first quarter. Second free throw is good. Julia Howard. 15-point lead for Tennessee Wesleyan. Clock down to 55 seconds. Harvey hands it off here to Mitchell, top of the key. Here's a drive by Sanders. They'll dish it back to Harvey. Harvey goes stepping through the lane and draws the foul. They will say it is a shooting foul. And that's going to be on Sloan Carpenter. Blocking foul called on Sloan. Again, she transferred in from Johnson. Was a player of the game last week, you could say, against Johnson, her former teammates. And Harvey converts the first one at the line here, but Sloan has been a great pickup for Coach Smith as she entered the portal and made her way a little closer to home in Cleveland, right here in Athens. Harvey misses the second free throw. Howard gets the rebound. She'll clear it out to Carpenter. 42 seconds to play in the quarter. Wesleyan up 24-10. Howard hands it off to number 14, Long. She'll take it to the left side of the lane, flips it behind her. Now Brown with it, top of the key. Lawson Bounces it down low to Howard. Back to the basket, and Howard travels with it. Trying to bounce or back her way down in there. Didn't get the bounce of the ball down quick enough. DeJust will check in. 24 seconds to go. Montreat probably, we'll see what they do, but could take the last shot of the quarter, and that looks like what they're setting up to do. Samaya Mitchell with the ball. Now gets it back out to Harvey. Harvey taking it around the screen. Gets all the way in, and she travels. Euro stepped once, twice, and a third time through the lane, they'll say. And Hames comes back in here for long with 8.9 remaining in the quarter. Wesleyan, see if they can get another 3-ball up. Carpenter, quick crossover. 5 seconds as she crosses midcourt. Finds Brown, 2 seconds. Brown's going to have to heave it top of the key for 3. And she is well off the mark, but the Lady Bulldogs, an impressive 16-0 run in the middle of the first quarter, gives them a 24-10 lead as we head to the second quarter. We'll be right back from James L. Robb in 60 seconds, back in 60. Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, Dwayne Farmer and Stan Harrison court, and it has been the Lady Bulldogs' way. Montreat took the lead 2-0 to start the ball game. Wesleyan came back down, tied it up, and then it was Hames who actually tied that up with 2. Next trip down, she fires a 3, and the first 5 points went the Lady Bulldogs' Leslie Hames' way. On her way to knocking down several more three-pointers, she's got 14 to lead Tennessee Wesleyan as they are up 24-10. Out of the quarter break, Montreat with the ball. They'll take it inside. Mitchell running. Rebound tipped away. Comes back down to DeJust, and the bucket is good by Montreat. They strike first as Mitchell gets the second chance opportunity there. 12-point advantage for the Lady Bulldogs. Second quarter, they will start Cameron Brown, Jordan White, Julia Howard, Tally Lawson, and Leslie Hames. Here's Brown for 3 at the top of the key. Hits off the front of the rim. Into the hands it goes of Samaya Mitchell. She'll quickly push it up to Williams. Williams, quick jump stop, quick 4 points by the Lady Cavs. Right wing, Lawson with it, wanting to lob it down to Hames. Lawson goes baseline. This one thrown off the face of Sarah Williams. Wesleyan will get it underneath. Ramaya Sanders back into the ball game. Again, she's a conference leading scorer with 18.6 points per game. Wesleyan gets it into White. White out front to Brown. Brown trying to dribble past her defender. She gets by her. Layup just too short off the glass. Momentarily, Wesleyan had it, but couldn't do it. On the rebound, here comes Lady Cavs trying to make it 3 trips in a row with points. That shot is short. Ball tipped around, finally pulled down by Tally Lawson. Lawson going to push the pace, gets into the paint. Just some sloppy play here. Wesleyan throws it away. Williams, easy 2 coming her way as she makes the transition bucket. And it's down to an 8-point advantage, 8:23 to play here in the second quarter. Wesleyan up 24-16, but Montreat 6-0 run to start the quarter. White drops it to Howard. Wesleyan's Berry coming back to the scorer's table to check in. White gets free off a screen from Howard down the left side of the lane and good. Good screen by Howard, got her free. drop pass into Williams. A lot of contact. She fights through it, but the rebound comes off to Lawson. Wesleyan pushing it. Gets it to White. She'll take it down the right side of the lane. This time gets the bucket and the foul. Just like that, Lady Bulldogs rattle it off. 4 straight of their own off the hands of Jordan White. 7:45 to play in the quarter, and Barry enters. Carpenter enters for Howard and Brown. And Jordan White will step to the line. She averages 60.7% from the stripe so far this season. Number 10, Anaya Sands back in for Montreat. First and only shot here for White at the free throw line. Trying to convert the and one play. Missed the free throw. Ames gets away with a over the back push, but knocks it out of bounds. It will go Montreat's way. 7:43 to go. 28-16. Bulldogs in front. Williams fires a 3 from the left corner and rattles it home. Montreat making up for some lost time. It's a 9-point lead for Tennessee Wesleyan, 28-19. Williams has been one of the main ones. They've scored 9 points to the 4 for Tennessee Wesleyan. Another miss by the Lady Bulldogs. As Sanders going in transition. Layup is no good, but she will draw the swat foul there from Haynes. Just kind of stuck out the arm as she was coming flying by, and that'll give Sanders the 2 free throws at the line, looking for her first points this evening. Sanders' first free throw is nothing but net there. Sanders averages 73% from the line, makes both of them. Just a junior. 7-point game, 28-21. Wesleyan's White with it on the right wing, gets to the 15-foot line. Gets it back out to Lawson. Lawson just inside the arc, knocks down the long-range jumper. Pushes the lead back to 9. Lawson, nice touch there. Here's a drive and a bucket by Sands. Used a little jump stop to get free of her defender. And just like that, Montreat answers back. Again, that 16-0 run in the first quarter by the Lady Bulldogs to go from 7 to 23 really helped them out. Here's Carpenter, crossover against Sanders. Fights through a tough shot, couldn't get it to fall and couldn't get a rebound. Quickly up to Williams goes the pass, mishandled. They'll work it back outside. Montreat fires another 3 from Williams. Carpenter gets the rebound, gets it up to White. It's a 2-on-1 break with White and Lawson. Over to Lawson, unselfish play from Jordan White on the assist. 9-point lead, 6 minutes to go in the quarter. 32-23. Catching it on the far block is Winkler, a little sky hook. She does get it to roll in for Montreat. Starting to answer every attempt that Wesleyan has. Not letting Wesleyan get back above single digits in the lead column. Here's White off a screen from Berry. Flips it to Carpenter. Back to Berry it comes. Deep 3 off the mark. Rebound collected here by Sands. She's going to push it. Comes near side. They work it back around to Sanders on the left wing. Her 3 off the mark, and Lawson's going to chase down the easy rebound. And Coach Smith's going to call the timeout with 5:21 to go, trying to get his team rallied back and in a double-digit lead, up 32-25. We'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60.
ASQ FM 101.7, Athens.
Back here in Robb Gymnasium, Dwayne Farmer and Stan Harrison Court. Also see another Hall of Famer over there for Tennessee Wesleyan, former women's basketball coach, longtime assistant for Coach Harrison, and then took over as head coach. Jeff Rice over there now leads the golf programs here at Tennessee Wesleyan. Has great success there, as well as he did here in James L. Robb coaching. Here's Long. Wesleyan gets it to Carpenter. 7 to shoot out of the timeout. Carpenter looking for help. Gets it to Berry. Back to Lawson. 3 on the shot clock. Lawson blocked. And the shot clock violation is called. So out of the timeout, Wesleyan missing out on an attempt to keep extending the lead. Here's Williams, gets inside the arc, bounces it down low. Spin move here on Montreat from Roberts, and she misses the turning hook shot. White feeds it down to Berry. Roberts tips it away, picked up here by Sands. Another turnover. Williams has to chase it down for Montreat, open for 3. That one hit the back of the rim, bounced straight up and straight in for Sarah Williams. We're down to a 2-possession game, 32 to 28 after that 3-pointer. Wesleyan in the front court, trying to get something going. Here's Berry, picks up the dribble, gets it to Carpenter on a step back, or step through. Here's Long in the far corner for 3. Lawson with another assist. Back to a 7-point game. Varela travels as she hits the deck, got tied up. Brown back in along with Howard for Tennessee Wesleyan. Sanders back in here for Montreat. Also should have mentioned Coach Rice was also a longtime softball coach here, Tennessee Wesleyan, and the alum himself. High post feed to Howard. Howard getting tied up. And a foul called here on Roberts. That's going to be her second. Montreat has a few fans in attendance. Did not agree with that call. We do have a Chattanooga native and Alea Maples. Wesleyan feeds it down to Howard, far corner. Back top of the key, she'll send it to Brown. Brown takes a 3 this time. Karam's off the front of the rim and the backboard, no good. 36-27, Wesleyan still in front. Sands just gets between all the defenders, misses the shot, and then falls out of bounds trying to save it on the rebound. 3:19 to play. Winkler back in for Montreat. She'll replace Roberts. Winkler hailing from Murray County High School down in Chatsworth, Georgia. It's not too far from home. Carpenter back, looking back at Coach Smith, gets the call, ready to go. Howard sets a screen, so does Carpenter for Brown. Lawson dribbles it out of the far corner, out into the post. It goes to Howard. Here's Lawson right back to her high school teammate, and they connect on the 3 ball. Back to a 10-point advantage finally. So we go under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. 38-27, they say. There's only a 2 earlier. Now inside. Blocking foul called here on Tennessee Wesleyan's Howard. That's her first, team second of the quarter. And Harvey's at the line. So the 3 in the corner by Montreat was changed to a 2 just moments ago. So it's an 11-point advantage for Tennessee Wesleyan. Now make it 10 as Harvey makes the first free throw. 2:42 to go. Harvey's second free throw rattles off to the right. Howard clears out the rebound to Lawson. Now she'll throw it to Carpenter. They work it far side of the court. Lawson, top of the key, drives right side of the paint. Gets the foul on the shot. This one will be against the other number 2, and this one is Samaya Mitchell's first foul for Montreat. Team third. So Lawson at the line. 93% shooter on the season and makes the first one. It's been part of a history run over there in Decatur. Montreat fans and coaching staff arguing something. She didn't make the basket. So now she makes both free throws. A lot of confusion there. 12-point lead, 40-28. Harvey takes it right side of the floor, hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell drives left of the lane. A lot of contact as Mitchell went flying into Long. Long took the delayed charge call. Williams was getting ready to fire up a three. Mitchell picks up her second for Montreat. 2:15 to go as Carpenter crosses the midcourt line. Gets it to Howard, now to Lawson. Lawson gets a screen from Howard, drops it to Howard. Deflected here off the hands of Winkler. Up to Harvey, up to Williams. Transition bucket is good for Montreat. Under 2 we go. Brown bringing it across the time stripe. Calling for the screen from Howard. Gets it. Good screen. Flips it out to Long in the far corner. Long circles around the elbow. Missed the Long layup. And out of bounds off of Wesleyan's Lawson on the rebound. It was a good offensive set, a quick one. Howard had set a couple of screens right there. Got good look for the guard, but couldn't make it. Sanders dishes off left side to Williams. Now Harvey with it on the right wing, a little stutter step. She'll pass it back to Winkler. 1:20 to go here in the quarter. Harvey step back from the 15-foot line, no good. Right side rebound collected here by Long. 10-point lead, 40-30. Brown with it, keeps her dribble alive. Now sends it near side to Long. Long back to the high post to Howard, past her defender, takes it up, and it hits off Howard on the block. Williams shoves her own teammate in celebration, and I don't think Winkler was prepared for that at first. Interesting play sheets calling from Montreat assistant coaches. They've got NCAA team logos up. They know what play those are ran. Here's Sanders, takes it around the lane, scoop and score. 8-point game. Under 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Wesleyan 40-32 for Montreat. Lawson lost the dribble, and then Carpenter got the pass, had an open look, but couldn't handle it. Karam's off her knee out of bounds. Montreat can take the last shot. Winkler and Howard being talked to by the officials. They've been battling in the post. Back door. Looked like a kickball. Nothing was blown dead. Harvey was upset. Montreat resets, 18 to shoot. In the game clock, ball tipped around off the miss. Mitchell comes away with it. Backdoor cut by Sanders, and it's good. Montreat closing this down to a 6-point game here. Lawson with it at midcourt, 3 seconds, 2. Lawson running floater at the buzzer is no good. Hit every part of the rim possible and falls off with no help. And so it's a 2-possession game. Granted, 6 points separating the two teams as they head into the halftime locker room. Wesleyan gets outscored 24-16 in the quarter by Montreat, who started on a 6-0 run of their own in the quarter and really just kept answering back and forth with Tennessee Wesleyan's buckets and also getting some play from Sanders, the conference leading scorer at 18 a game, finally getting involved in the offense here for Montreat with 2 fouls, and she's up to 6 points. So, again, telling you the halftime score, Tennessee Wesleyan 40, Montreat 34. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Did you
Back here at halftime of the Tennessee Wesleyan women's matchup, 40-34, they lead it. Montreat battled back. Wesleyan led it by as many as 16 in the first quarter after a 16-0 run, but just could not get it together in the second quarter to make a run of their own. Montreat came out with a 6-0 run to start the quarter, and then just each team kind of trading runs. Montreat went on a 5-0 run, a little small one there, and then ended on a 6-0 run at the end of the quarter in the final 2 minutes to cut it down to this 6-point lead at the half. So, as usual, we try to grab a Bulldog off the men's side and then a women's player or a coach or somebody else from the athletic department who didn't know him. And this guy we don't really have to get to know too much, but it's Ty Runyon, and one of the local products and success stories coming out of McMinn County High School to get to play their collegiate ball right here still at home. And Ty, one, appreciate you coming over here. I know you're missing out on the warm-ups out there, but maybe you can get some stretching done after this. But what has that been like for you? Obviously, coming to play here at Tennessee Wesleyan, but your family getting to watch you a little bit more. What has that been like for you?
You know, it's been enjoyable. You know, I've had a great time at Wesleyan. This is my 4th year here, so I really enjoyed it, enjoyed the process of growing here. And really just, it's been nice to not have that outside pressure, you know, of not always having to see your family and just having your support system around all the time. You know, it's really great, and I'm very appreciative of it.
It's hard to believe it's been 4 years. I don't know if it's flown by for you, but
yeah.
I mean, when I looked at the roster, you're one of 5 seniors on this ball club for Randy Casey. It kind of took me back for a second because you were on McMinn's team when I started doing radio after Johnny Kaufman retired, and it's like I didn't expect that to happen so quickly, but the 4 years have flown by.
Yeah.
What was it about coming to Wesleyan? Of course, Coach Ray Stone, former coach, was the head coach at that time, but getting to come play at home, what was the biggest factor in that decision for you?
I would say mostly really just play style and then proximity to home. Really, I knew what Coach Stone liked to do. It resembled to what I did in high school. It's like a run and gun offense. I knew I liked to get transition bucks. I feel like I'm well in transition, so I feel like it was a good fit for me.
Obviously, I know you played for Coach Randy Casey for 1 year at McMinn, and I know he had talked about that to me on and off the air, and I believe I'd heard you mention it, but you only got that 1 year with him, and it was a great, outstanding year for you all. But you kind of wanted that more time, so things work out in weird ways. You get to play for him now for 2 years here at Tennessee Wesleyan. How much has he changed from the high school game to the college game, or is he still the same?
I'll say he's a little bit harder on us. I'll say expectations is a little bit higher. You know, expects more from us. But I would say not really. You know, most of the principles and stuff stays the same. You know, the office changed a little bit, but it's cordial. So like it goes together. You know, it's not too much different. So it's nice.
I'm sure the conditioning, all that's still the same as what he was running.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit of familiarity with you. Obviously, y'all have had some guys come in this year, a lot of new faces on this team. Some of them have been just outstanding. One of them I'm going to call out because I see him right there stretching. It's J.J. Ruckert, his highlight dunks. What has it been like for you as a veteran and the senior on this ball club to welcome new faces in, even if they're freshmen or upperclassmen? How have you had to take on that leadership role?
Yeah. Just getting to know everybody, you know, just being available to guys, you know, just letting them know, like, you're there for them, and, you know, we're going through it together. I'll say it's nice. It's so weird because, you know, every time at school, at college, it's different at high school, you know, you kind of sometimes you build, like, a whole new team. And I think it's just cool, like, when you come in, nobody really likes each other, you know, then you build a camaraderie, and it's like, where have you been my whole life, you know? It's like we're best friends, so it's nice. I enjoy it.
Even over 4 years or 1 year in college, you can build up that. And you're playing a lot more.
Yeah.
You're around everybody a lot more and stuff like that. So out of the team, is there a couple of guys that you really, like, has become family for you? I know the whole team's very close. But who do you spend the most time with off the court and even maybe challenging each other on the court?
Yeah, I would probably say Zay. That's my roommate. You know, we played the same position. I had the same type of connection with Mari last year. He was my roommate, and we played the same position. So I think it's nice to have somebody in your position group that you can go back to the room and bounce ideas off of, you know, talk about the game, and they see the game the same way that you see it. So
obviously, you're talking about Zaylin Callahan, you were talking about Amari Young, but from last year's team is here a couple of years. But as point guards and you're kind of battling each other, is that who you're going up against in practice most of the time?
Yeah. We have great battles. Last year it was Zay. Me and Zay we would go against each other for the most part. So, you know, I think it's great. We push each other. We know what each other need to be better at. And, you know, I think it's nice when you just can bounce ideas, you just see stuff the same way. So
I was wondering, who do you think's got the edge up between you both seniors? Who's got the edge up, you or Zay?
You know, I got to be confident, say myself, you know. I got to go with myself.
Obviously, let's talk a little bit about your family connection and your little brother Madden Cobb down over at McMinn County. Got to see him last night. Cherokee's 7-0 year right now, but how much do you get back, even though you're at home and staying in Athens? There's still things that keep you away, you know, focused on the team. But how much have you been able to try to influence your little brother Madden and maybe not playing him because he stepped up his game quite a bit?
Yeah. Wait, can you say it again?
How much have you had to try to help influence Madden and the way he plays the game and what he's doing?
Well, he don't take much from me. You know, he's at the level right now where his mindset is, you know, he could take me any day. But his game is so smooth. He plays with good pace. You know, he's a lefty. It's hard to guard already. So I think he's incredible with his pace, and he's tough. He's tough to guard. You know, he's long. You know, he's everywhere. So
he had a heck of a game last night against Meigs County, and the way he was dishing the ball and finding the open. He had a couple of times to take it to the rim and dished it off, unselfish play, and I didn't keep track of assists, but I know he had like 5, 6 steals somewhere in there last night that I credited him with. It's unofficial, but so obviously you're here as a student athlete. Let's talk about school a little bit. You're a senior listed here, so what's the major looking like? How's graduation looking, setting up for you?
Yeah, so I graduate this May. I'm a human resource management major right now, so I do have my extra year, so I redshirted my freshman year, so I'm thinking about maybe coming back next year and getting a master's in like project management or something along those lines. So I'm not totally made up my decision in my mind yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now.
So potentially getting a graduate year and playing. Have you talked about that with Coach Casey?
Yes, sir. We talked about it a little bit. I haven't really set my mind to it. I know the what all I need to do and stuff, but I just haven't totally made up my mind yet on what I want to do.
Well, I mean, that's something about Tennessee Wesleyan and what they offer is just when they instituted the master's programs a number of years ago now and became a university, it allows student athletes to get that extra year. If you finish your degree and you've only played 3 years, you know, might as well play an extra year. I know several guys on the basketball team have done that over the last couple of years, and of course, now that we're post-COVID eligibility situations, I think we're finally getting out of that situation, but a chance to continue that career. So what's been the biggest, I think, thing you've enjoyed off the court about this school and this campus? What's been the biggest enjoyment for you?
I would probably say just the community feel of it. You know, a lot of people come to campus and they'll be like, yeah, it's not that big, but it is kind of big. And I feel like it's a great community that comes with it. You know, you feel like everyone's family. You feel like you don't meet no strangers here. So it's a great vibe. Anytime you're walking around campus, it's all smiles, you know, high fives, how you doing, what's going on. So I really enjoy it.
And it's right here in downtown Athens. And, I mean, there's a lot of impacts that these student athletes have. And, you know, you've got people that keep up with a lot of community people come to these games that have watched you play at McMinn County for 4 years.
Yes, sir.
And then they come here and watch you play for 3 and 4 more, and hopefully that extra year will get you back out there. But so after school, you know, looking at the human resources side of the house, it's not an easy gig to be in and stuff like that. What's kind of the career goal there and looking at any certain industry types or anything to get into?
Yeah. I kind of just want to do corporate with it. You know, I know with HR is kind of like a ladder system, really. So, you know, anything I can really get that's entry level and just work my way up, really, is how I see it.
Looking to stay in the general area, or are you up for moving anywhere?
I don't know. I ain't totally made that up yet. I know it gets deep out there. So.
Well, I mean, you know, this day and age, you could be across the country doing something in HR.
Right.
But, you know, there's also plenty of opportunities around these parts, and you just never know. Especially you stay close to home, as I did. I came to Wesleyan and lived here and graduated from McMinn and have stuck around ever since.
Yes,
and so it's kind of one of those that plenty of opportunities here, and it sounds like you've got a great pathway forward and a head on your shoulders. And I know your family, I don't think they're here yet, but they're usually up here on the top row sitting beside me, and it's always fun to hear your mom and your grandpa just kind of getting into the game. And
Yeah, they're always into the game. Yeah, they're
I
fired
love it.
up. Yeah.
I love it. They are not afraid to let the officials know when they miss something.
Yeah.
But I know they also get on to you a little bit down there.
Yeah.
So
you know, they keep me held to a high standard. So I love my people.
it has paid off for you. I'm talking to Ty Runyon here. Well, Ty, we know this Bulldog team's been playing really good. You dropped one against Johnson a week ago here before Thanksgiving. Quickly, what do y'all got to do to get back in the win column here against Montreat tonight?
Yeah, we just got to massive physicality and bring energy. You know, Manny went down. That was our leading rebounder on the year. So, you know, just next man up, step up, and, you know, just finish the job. I think we got to do a better job of finishing possessions. I feel like we play great defense and we don't get the rebound. So I think today we really got to lock in on that and be physical and box out and finish possession.
Well, best of luck today. Appreciate you coming to chat with us. And I hope to see you back for another year. So
Yes,
get that Masters and let's get you on the court again. So.
I got you.
All right, appreciate it, Ty. Ty Runyon, local product of McMinn County High School, playing right here at home for the Bulldogs and Randy Casey as they will look to get back in the win column after losing against Johnson last week. They will need to kind of hold serve and take Montreat down to the wire, as that'll be a good matchup. These two teams have had some good matchups over the last couple of years. Again, we're at halftime here. Lady Bulldogs lead it 40-34. Let's go ahead. Let's take a 60-second break, and then we'll be right back here. Back in 60. WJSQ WLAR, also online at WJSQWLAR.com. 101.7 FM here locally. Halftime, Lady Bulldogs lead at 40-34 as they get set to start the second half. Let's look at your leading scorers. For Montreat, it's Sarah Williams with 16 points, 2 rebounds so far. She has only missed 4 shots from the floor. On the other side for the Lady Bulldogs, it's Leslie Hames who scored the first 5 points for the Lady Bulldogs. And she's got 14 points, 3 boards, followed closely by Tally Lawson. So she's got 9 points and 4 boards. Lady Bulldogs will open with possession. They shot 43% from the field and 43% behind the arc in the first half. Montreat shot 42.4 and 12.5 respectively as Tally Lawson gets the Lady Bulldogs on the board quickly here. Pushes it back to an 8-point game. But just like that, it's back to a 6-point game as Winkler comes down and converts a layup of her own. Wesleyan turns it over. Nope, Carpenter picks it right back up. Finds Howard down low. Howard got guarded by her teammate there. Lawson goes left side on the wing. Bounce pass, no look to Howard, and it's good for the lay-in. Nice feed on the bounce from Lawson to Howard. Wesleyan 16 rebounds to 19 for Montreat. 8 turnovers, giving up 8 points off the turnovers as Montreat comes down and answers once again. 6-point game still. Under 9 to go in the third. Wesleyan has gotten 10 points off of 8 turnovers by Montreat. Wesleyan is sharing the ball 8 of 17 times as Lawson takes a deep 3 for the Lady Bulldogs and pushes it to a 9-point advantage. See if they can get a stop here. Montreat has answered every trip down. Inside, Winkler, she does just that. Answers right back with a turning hook shot. So each team trading buckets. Not getting to set up a run yet. Carpenter takes it up the far side. Guarded close by Mitchell, just backing her way down. Gets it to Howard. Howard, skip pass out to Brown, left wing. Lawson, Brown, Carpenter, Howard, and Hames right now. Barry at the scorer's table to check in here. Lawson's going to draw the foul on the drive. No shot. This one's going to be the third on Samaya Mitchell. One of the starters. Team first. Howard will exit. Barry in to guard against Bailey Winkler. Ames catches a loose ball in the corner, gets it to Barry. Now Brown out on the wing, right side. Gets a screen from Barry. Finds Carpenter open for three on the left side, no good. Barry gets an offensive board here. Lady Bulldogs out to Lawson. Step back three from the right side, no good. And Winkler collects the hard rebound. 7:45 to go in the third. Here's Sanders, drives. Kicks it out to Mitchell. She'll drive. Running floater from the right side is good. And it's back-to-back buckets for Montreat. Ends the seesaw battle and down to a 5-point game. Lady Bulldogs up 47-42. Far corner. Carpenter with it. Bounce pass to Lawson. Lawson fadeaway jumper just short off the front of the rim. Just off the outside of the lane there. She's got 14 to tie Haynes. Drive by Winkler, and she somehow gets the foul call. Barry looked like she was straight up, but Courtney Barry is going to pick up the foul for the Lady Bulldogs, their first. Montreat's going to get their substitution made. Mitchell will exit, and Varela will check in. So Winkler steps to the line, 72% shooter. Knocks down the first one. 7:07 to go here in the third. 4-point game, 47-43. Both free throws for Winkler are good. One possession game now. Closest it has been since 6:07 to play in the first quarter, when Wesleyan was starting that 16-0 run. Nice reverse layup by Haynes is good. Good feed from the top of the key by Barry. Wesleyan did not get back defensively. And just like that, Sanders, quick snowbird bucket, puts it back to a three-point game, 49-46. Coach Jamie Moore up on her feet, yelling it out. Here's Brown, drives, right side, layup, short. Trying to draw the contact, couldn't get it, and then Montreat's going to throw it away. Goes running down, and athletic director Donnie Mayfield catches it in the doorway. Tosses it to the referee. Jordan White's going to check in. She'll replace Carpenter. Montreat's going to get Roberts back in. She'll replace Winkler. Winkler's had the hot hand right now. She's got 12 points for the Lady Cavs. White working it up the floor against Varela. Lawson on the right wing. Gets it to Brown. Brown cut off by Sanders. Sanders layup on the left side is good, and it's a 1-point game. Montreat in control offensively now. A little bit of a run of their own. 8-2 run. White drops it to Barry at the high post. Barry gets it back to White. White blocked on the shot. White hit the deck, couldn't get the call. Here's Harvey. She lost the ball, picked it up. Lawson up to Jordan White in transition. White gets the lay in there. The rest of Wesleyan stayed back at the request of Coach Smith, but then Williams gets a wide open three, and we've got our third tie of the ball game at 51 all. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Montreat not going away. These teams are 6th and 9th in the conference. Wesleyan dribbles it off their foot. It's going to be Sands returning here for Harvey for Montreat. Wesleyan just looks out of sync right now. Got to find some rhythm offensively. Sands calling out the signals right at half court. They work it to the left side. Williams going for another three, missed it. Lawson collects the rebound, then throws it away, trying to get it to Brown at half court. Williams looked like she traveled with it. Sanders fakes the three, Euro steps in. Wesleyan defended it well. And a travel called here on Montreat. And that will bring up some substitutions. And it's going to be a media timeout first. We're tied up 51-all with 4:56 to go. Timeout on the court. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, Jared Wright bringing in the AAC doubleheader here. It'll be Tennessee Wesleyan ball out of the media timeout. Tied up 51-all as Montreat outscoring the Lady Bulldogs 17-11 here to start the third quarter as we're under midway point of the third quarter. White, Hames, Lawson, Berry, and Brown for the Lady Bulldogs. Hames drops it to Berry. Berry picks up her dribble, gets it to Brown. Wesleyan down to 10 on the shot clock now. Lawson far corner. Gets it to White on the wing, 5 to shoot. Inside to Hames. Hames trying to draw the foul, couldn't get the foul shots. Here comes Sands in transition. Feeds it over to Sanders. Sanders, little pump fake, and Montreat's got their second lead of the ball game. First time since the first bucket of the game. Wesleyan's Lawson bounces it over to Berry. Berry, right side of the lane, gets it back out in the corner to Lawson, right back to Berry. Berry step through, forced an ill-advised shot under the stretched arms of Winkler. Here's Sands in transition. Sands drives in, high layup, no good. Ball tips over into the hands of Tally Lawson. White's calling out the signals, guarded there by Sanders. Sanders has turned it on. 12 points now for the conference's leading scorer with 18.6 average. Here's White, hands it off to Brown. Wesleyan just kind of standing around offensively right now. 8 to shoot. Here's White, takes it strong, gets the foul against Sanders, and gets 2 free throws coming her way. Sanders is going to pick up her third, team's second of the quarter. Carpenter and Long in for Tennessee Wesleyan. Brown and Hames will exit. It's going to be DeJust checking back in here for Montreat as Williams will exit. 3:23 left in the third. White makes the first one. Tied up with this one. And she does just that. Fourth time we've been tied this evening. Montreat, though, with possession, can keep the lead on their side. 2-3 zone shown by the Lady Bulldogs now. Number 14, Wall Raven takes it to the far side, hands it off to DeJust, who banks in a 3 from the left wing. Their largest lead of the game. 3 minutes to play in the third. Up top, Long with it, gets a screen from Berry, goes right side. Long's layup, too strong. Berry battling for the rebound. And somehow Berry is going to get called for the foul on the box out. She had the inside position, but Courtney will draw it. Team second, her second as well. Sands with it in the backcourt, guarded by Carpenter. Full court pressure by Carpenter. Carpenter nearly poked it away. They get it to Sanders. Now back to Sands it comes. Far side, DeJust for another three, missed this one. Rebound collected. Sanders gets it off the pass, kicks it back out to Sands. Head fake, drive and dish down low. Shot off the mark there from Wall Raven, and then the putback is good for the second attempt. DeJust makes that one. 5-point advantage, the largest for Montreat. 2:08 to play, 58-53. Long with it, 15-foot line, gets it to Lawson. Sands overplays it. Lawson's running floater off the mark. Nobody could rebound it for Wesleyan. Here comes Winkler. Gets it out to the point guard, Anaya Sands. Third quarter has been all Montreat. Up 24-13 in the period. Winkler, 15-footer on the baseline is good. That's a 7-point lead. Montreat fired up with 1:37 to go in the third. It's 60-53. The Cavaliers in front. It'll be a media timeout. So we'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60. Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium right here off of Green Street. On the campus, Coach Farmer's statue out front. Wesleyan trailing this one by 7. And we're knotted up at 53 all, but Montreat has rolled off 7 straight points. Lawson, Carpenter, White, Long, and Berry, the 5-4 Tennessee Wesleyan out there. Minute 20 to go in the quarter. White gets it to Carpenter. Now back to White. White drives through. Shot clock under 10. White's layup rolls all the way off the rim. Carpenter had the rebound and then lost it. That's kind of been the story of the third quarter for Tennessee Wesleyan. White, good hustle play to catch up. There at the end, deflects the pass in front of Wall Raven. They were trying to get it to on the baseline. Wesleyan still shooting 40%. They're third in the conference at 42% on the season. So not far off their mark, but it's Montreat shooting 52% now. And Sands knew she turned it over. She didn't get back inbounds quick enough. It's funny to watch Montreat's fans kind of argue that, but Sands admitted to it quickly that she knew she didn't get back inbounds. 60 seconds to go here in the quarter. White from the far side. Gets it to Carpenter. Carpenter now to Lawson, top of the key, three-pointer off to the right. Into the hands of DeJust. Work it back around. Sands top of the key. DeJust to her right. Wall Raven to her left. It's Williams on the right wing. Gets a screen. Top of the key. Flips the pass over to Sands. 10 to shoot. Sands fires the three and drills it. Montreat on a 10-0 run. Their largest lead of the game. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wesleyan going to need a big fourth quarter to overcome this one. Lawson going for a three on the right corner, no good. Second half has been no good for Wesleyan. Williams running floater at the buzzer is no good. So at the end of the third quarter, Montreat in front 63-53 after a 29-13 third quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60. WJSQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee, 101.7 FM. Wesleyan's going to open up the fourth quarter, final 10 minutes. On defense, they're going to have Lawson, Brown, Carpenter, Howard, and Hames. Looks like Montreat's going to have to clean up some moisture or something. They must have spilt some water on the floor during the quarter break. That's about the only thing that's gone wrong for them here since halftime. Montreat leading at 63-53. Wesleyan shooting 20 of 52 now. Having trouble seeing the ball go in the hoop in the third quarter. Only getting 13 points in the quarter compared to the 29 of Montreat. Sanders with it up top of the key. Now they work it around to the wing. It's going to be Williams. She'll drive inside. Gets stuck. Finds Harvey wide open for three on the zone. Missed it. Good rebound and cleared out by Carpenter. She'll push the pace. Finds Lawson. Now a quick pass down to Howard. Got hit on the shot, but never mind. Hames gets the putback and the and one opportunity. This one's going to be the first on Sarah Williams. It's just good for Wesleyan. Went 3 minutes without seeing a bucket fall. Score just 25 seconds into this one. Hames converts the and one opportunity. 7-point game, 63-56. The defense did not get a lot of stops and trying to get one here. Williams catches it in the corner. Bounce pass, ball loose. Lawson picks up the loose garbage. Lawson gives it the high post to Howard. Finds Brown open for the right wing three. Off the back iron, rebound chased down. Carpenter gets it as Winkler bounced it to no one. Hames for three, missed it. Lawson gets an offensive rebound here for the Lady Bulldogs. They'll reset. Shot clock down to 10 already off the reset, though. Here's Brown, drive, dish to Carpenter, but it's picked off by Winkler. Winkler this time hands it to the point guard and Sands. Still 63-56. Backdoor feed to Winkler. Nobody for Wesleyan picked her up. Transition. 9-point deficit for Tennessee Wesleyan. 65-56. Far side, Lawson. Bounces it down to Howard. Howard back to the basket. Gets it out to Carpenter. Carpenter working against Sands. Crosses her over. 15-foot jumper for Howard. Doesn't fall. It's a good wide open look. Just cannot get anything to fall here for Wesleyan. It's been Hames 3 points on the and one so far. Inside, Winkler back to the basket. She's got back-to-back field goals. And it's an 11-point advantage for Montreat. Their largest of the game. Wesleyan sending Barry back to the line again. Wesleyan without their leading scorer and Jalea Lindsay, who's been suffering from an injury. And Wesleyan's missed shot, and the rebound goes out of bounds to Montreat. With 7:46 to go, Howard will exit. Wesleyan showing a 2-2-1 press. Nia Sands with the ball, her and Sanders in the backcourt. Sands gets across the time stripe. Wesleyan looking to cut off the easy buckets for Winkler. This time it's Williams left open for three on the right wing. Missed it. Lawson battling for the rebound. Out of bounds off of Winkler. Lady Bulldogs will get it offensively with 7.5 to go, trailing by 11. They've gone cold now, shooting 36% from the field, 33% from behind the arc, just 7 of 21. They averaged 36.5 from behind the arc. Here's Carpenter for a bucket. Gets it back to a single-digit game. But just like that, Sands comes down, misses the shot. Sanders gets the rebound. Carpenter swipes it away. Good heads-up play. Looked like Sands is going to make it. Then here's a steal by Walraven. Walraven fakes the pass, and she turns a turnover into 2 points. Wesleyan was trying to push it after the stop and threw it directly into the hands of Walraven. Barry turns to face up the goal. Dribbles once, gets it over to Brown, right wing. Brown goes opposite side of the screen. Layup is good for Cameron Brown. 9-point game, 69-60. Bulldogs full court press, forcing the dribble pickup. Walraven gets it down low to Winkler, and Wesleyan once again transition defense plaguing them right now. Story of the first half, and first quarter was Wesleyan's 16-0 run, but it is Montreat that has controlled most of the second half. There's a miss here by Lawson from behind the arc. 71-60. Missed three-pointer. Hames gets the rebound here for Wesleyan off the miss by Montreat. 5:45 to go. Lawson looking around, waits on the screen from Barry. Goes opposite side, goes in against Williams, gets the lay-in. Wesleyan just going to have to be aggressive getting to the rim here. Barry setting screens at the top, pulls Winkler out of that low post defense. Sands calling for a screen. Instead, the high post feed, it goes to Winkler, now back to Sanders. Sanders' reverse lay-in is good on the baseline. Lawson was there, she just made a heck of a shot. The fourth time the Lady Cavs have gotten to 11-point lead. Carpenter in the paint. She'll flip it back out to the other guard and Brown. Step back three for Brown and airballs it. It'll be a media timeout with 4:54 to play. Montreat in control by 11, 73-62. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here with 4:54 to play from James L. Robb Gymnasium. Lady Bulldogs find themselves in a hole, 73-62. Montreat has turned it on, being led by Bailey Winkler, who's got 20 points now with 6 boards. 19 points by Sarah Williams and 14 by Ramaya Sanders. Lady Bulldogs still being led by Leslie Hames with 19, 16 for Lawson, 10 for White. Wesleyan still with the same 5 out there. Lawson, well, White's out there now for Carpenter. We got Barry, Hames, and Brown. Montreat with the ball. High screen coming from Mitchell. Mitchell cut off on the dribble. Looked like a travel, no call. Barry battling for the rebound. Ball loose. Mitchell picks it up, and Montreat's got a fresh 20. Running floater off the mark. Rebound collected by Roberts. Another second chance opportunity for Montreat. 2 possessions given right back to the Lady Cavs. High screen from Roberts for Mitchell, and Barry's going to get called for her third. Trying to cut Mitchell off there. Only the first foul on the Lady Bulldogs here in the quarter. Sanders going to be the player to inbound it. Wesleyan 13 turnovers to Montreat's 14, but that's just been the second chance points. Here's Sanders, top of the key. Floater in the lane, she misses it, but she gets the 2-shot foul coming. This one's going to be on Cameron Brown. Her second. Ramaya Sanders makes the first one. 74-62, 12-point lead. Wesleyan's largest lead was 16. Sanders misses it. Ball tipped around. Lawson battling for it. Loses it to Varela. Another offensive set coming from Montreat. They've had it for over a minute and 20 seconds now. Sanders gets to the left side and scores. It's a 14-point deficit for Tennessee Wesleyan with 3.5 to go. Brown quickly answers, though, with a transition bucket. But then coming back, Williams answers right back for Montreat. So just as quick as Wesleyan can get a bucket, they have been slow to get back defensively. Hames has it on the left wing, gets it down to Berry. Berry spins right into the hands of Roberts. Missed shot, ball tipped out. Still battled for. Williams is going to come away with it for the Lady Cavs. Wesleyan looking a little bit slower here in the second half after the week off. Came out fired up in the first. Here's Sanders for three. Hard shot off the backboard, no good. Berry clears out the rebound to White. White pushing the pace. Berry fakes the shot, goes all the way in against Roberts, draws the shooting foul. And Roberts is going to pick up her third, team second of the quarter. 2:32 remaining. Carpenter back in here for the Lady Bulldogs. Harvey back in. Williams will exit for Montreat. And Berry at the line. First free throw. Too strong off the iron. .232 left. Wesleyan trails by 14, their largest deficit. She converts the second one. Man-to-man defense shown by Tennessee Wesleyan. Mitchell with it out front. Harvey now with it on the right wing. Harvey still looking, getting a screen here from Winkler. Winkler got it free. Mitchell gets the pass out from Harvey from the baseline. Jumper off the mark. Lawson collects the rebound. Looking for help, gets it out to Carpenter. Wesleyan has numbers. Carpenter all the way in. Bounce pass over to Berry. Berry gets fouled. Cannot make the shot, but she'll get two free throws coming her way. And this one's going to be on Winkler's first, team third. 1:55 to play. Mitchell out, Williams back in. Courtney Berry went 1 for 2 at the line, back up there. Makes the first one. Berry converts both at the line. It's a timeout on the court. Wesleyan trailing 78-67. 1:55 to play. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back in 30. Back here, Tennessee Wesleyan, Lady Bulldogs. Just got 2 free throws by Courtney Berry, actually 3 straight from her. They open in full court press and then commit the foul. They do have 3 to give. This one's going to be on Aubrey Long, number 14, her first, team third. And now Montreat wants to talk it over. We'll just stay here with you through the timeout. Again, we got the guys game coming up next. Wesleyan men, we talked to Ty Runyon at halftime of this one. They come in second place in the conference after being tied for first last week, but dropped their first conference game against Johnson last week before the Thanksgiving break. And it moved them to 4-1 inside conference play as they will get set to square off against Montreat. It's always interesting when those two teams get together. Back and forth they will go. We've got to settle this one here, 1:53 to play. Wesleyan trying to claw back into this one. 78-67, Montreat leads it. They took the lead with 4:15 to go in the third quarter. We've tied up once again, 53 all, and then Wesleyan has not been able to regain anything. Hames commits the foul. Wesleyan was trying to foul him much earlier because they still got 2 to give, now 1 to give. Hames picks up her second. Shot clock, and the game clock, they're trying to. .23 on the shot clock, they say. Game clock at 1:49. It's going to be Harvey to key it in. 4th foul on the Lady Bulldogs. Next one will send Montreat to the line. White just up there on Sands, not committing the foul. Now the foul committed by Long. Her second, team 5th, and that will send Sands to the line. Sands an 83% shooter. If anybody, it's Harvey at 43%. You probably want to send to the line, or Wall Raven, who's not on the floor. Mitchell will check back in for Williams. Their best free throw shooter is Sands, 83%. Sands knocks down the first one. Back to a 12-point game, 1:42 to go. Montreat trying to get to even 2-2 in the conference. Make Wesleyan go to 3-3. We're on our way to doing that with a 13-point lead, 80-67. Montreat going to guard full court. White past Mitchell, trying to get all the way in. Little jump stop, gets free for the lay-in on the right side. Montreat gets it inbounds quickly to Harvey. That's who you want to foul, and they do just that. Long commits the foul. Her third. And Harvey will step to the line. Wesleyan under 40% as a team from the field, 39.4 to be exact. 7 of 23, 30% behind the arc. Harvey misses the first one. Lady Cavs shooting 50% from the field, 33 of 66. That would be their season high so far, as they are coming off a 19% shooting against USC Upstate. Harvey does convert 1 of 2. Here's White trying to take it all the way in. Does just that, gets the lay-in. Jordan White gets it down to a 10-point game with 1:15 to go. Long guarding Harvey, trying to commit the foul. And Montreat's going to call the timeout before the foul can get called with 1:11 to go. They'll have it in the back court with 25 on the shot clock. And full timeout on the court. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
101.7 WJSQ Athens.
1:11 to go. Montreat's 94 feet to go. 5 seconds to get across the half line. Sands does just that. Now they find a wide open Winkler underneath for the easy lay-in. Press break out of the timeout worked. We're at a minute to play. Down 12 is Wesleyan. Here's Lawson into the paint. High arcing shot, no good. Ball tipped around. Harvey trips, but gets called for the foul is Wesleyan's Hames. Her third, and that's going to send Harvey to the stripe. Subs coming back in here for Montreat. Mitchell and Varela. Williams and Sands will sit. So 51.2. Wesleyan trailing 83 to 71. Struggling to shoot from the field here. And the second half has really plagued the Lady Bulldogs. First free throw by Harvey is good. Second one is also good. Montreat just about seals it right there with those. Here's White trying to get some more points up for Wesleyan. Takes a strong take, missed it. Hames gets the loose ball, stolen away. Now it's deflected by Mitchell. 38 seconds to go. Long, far corner for three. Karam's off. Loose ball once again poked away from Montreat. Here's White. Finds Hames open for three on the far wing. Missed it. Aubrey Long, another offensive rebound. Gets it out to White. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 20 seconds to play. White, 15-foot jumper. No good. Carpenter, another offensive board. Her putback, no good. And that's a story of the evening for the Lady Bulldogs. 8 seconds to go. Montreat's just going to run it out and come away with a road win. Their second of the season. It snaps their three-game losing streak. Wesleyan drops to 4-4 overall, 3-3 in the conference, and now 2-3 here at home. Montreat goes to 4-5 overall, 2-2 in the conference. Again, 2-3 on the road, and snaps their three-game losing streak by a final score of 85 to 71 over Tennessee Wesleyan here in conference play. So an upset there as the number 9 team in the conference beats the number 6 team in the conference standings as of tonight's game. So again, telling you the final score before we take a 2-minute break. Wesleyan losing 85 to 71 against Montreat. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Back in 2 minutes.
WJSQ.
Back here from James L. Robb, where the Lady Bulldogs go down and defeat 85-71, a 14-point loss for Coach Jason Smith and his ball club coming off the Thanksgiving break in their first outing here. And it was Montreat. Well, first it was Tennessee Wesleyan in the first quarter that jumped out with 6 minutes left on a 16-0 run that gave them a 14-point lead of their own. Of course, led it by as many as 16. We'd been tied up at 7 at that point when their run started. Montreat answered back to start the second quarter with a 6-0 run of their own to cut it to 8. Wesleyan then extended it back up to 12 late in the second quarter, but Montreat closed on a 6-0 run at the end of the quarter to cut it to a 6-point game, 40-34 at the half. And then in the third quarter, Montreat kept inching back in closer and closer to Wesleyan, trailed by 8 to start the third quarter after a Wesleyan made field goal, and then cut it down to 3 points with 6:43 to go, and then another bucket instantly made it a 1-point game. The teams got knotted up at 51 and 53 after Montreat took the lead at 53-51. And then after the 53 all tie, Montreat rattled off 7 straight points, unanswered points at the end of the third quarter in 3 minutes to give them the advantage that they would keep building upon to close out the Appalachian Athletic Conference contest, led by as many as 14, which is where the game ended up again, 85-71. Looking at your team stats, Wesleyan well under their percentage of 41 plus, 42 plus on the season. They shoot 37.5%, 27 of 72 from the field, compared to Montreat's 50.7, their best by far this season, 34 of 67. 3-point percentage, Wesleyan 7 of 24, 29.2%, compared to 4 of 17, 23.5% for the Lady Cavs. From the charity stripe, it's 13 of 20 for the Lady Cavs, 65% compared to the 10 of 13, 77% for the Lady Bulldogs. Turnovers, 15-13. Wesleyan wins that battle, but it's 14 points off of the 13 turnovers by Tennessee Wesleyan. Only 12 points off of turnovers by Montreat or 12 points off of 15 turnovers by Montreat. Rebounds, Lady Bulldogs get out rebounded by 12, 42-30. Montreat had 12 offensive, 10 offensive for the Lady Bulldogs, 30 defensive for Montreat, 20 for Tennessee Wesleyan. Assist, Montreat assisting on 21 of 34 made shots. Shared the ball very well there in the second half. 12 assists on 27 made shots for Tennessee Wesleyan. Blocks 3-1 in favor of Montreat, and then steals, Wesleyan 9-8 win that battle. But it was Bailey Winkler with 22 points, 6 boards for the Lady Cavs. Leading scorer for Tennessee Wesleyan, 19 points by Leslie Hames. She adds 15 rebounds and 1 assist, 7 of 12 from the field, 4 of 8 from behind the arc, and 1 of 1 at the line. Telly Lawson goes 16 points, 8 boards, 2 assists for Tennessee Wesleyan as well, 6 of 16, 2 of 7, and 2 of 2 from the shooting lines. 14 for Jordan White, along with 3 assists. She was 6 of 12, 50% from the field, 2 of 3 from the line. 9 points by Sloan Carpenter, 4 points. Sloan also had 7 rebounds. 4 points by Cameron Brown, 3 for Julia Howard, Aubrey Long, and Courtney Berry. And Howard and Long adding 3 rebounds, Berry adding 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Sarah Williams for Montreat was the second leading scorer with 21 points, 5 rebounds for the Lady Cavs as they handle business here against Tennessee Wesleyan in convincing fashion in the second half. So that'll wrap us up for our women's broadcast as the men are warming up, and they've got quite some time on the clock, so we're going to take a break and end this broadcast and send it back to our producer, Handsome Dan Fletcher, and let him spin some records, and we'll be back for the start of the men's game coming up here in just a little bit on WJSQ. Back to you, Handsome Dan.